Today in lesson 25, the students were finding the percent of a value not given. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple examples of this with you. Exercise 1. Jose was keeping track of his baseball statistics for a season. Out of 40 at-bats, he struck out 12 times. What was the percentage of times at bat that he had? Oh my God, value of a ratio. This has it written all over it. So I'm going to write down the first fraction that they give me, which is 12 over 40, and I'm going to label it. This is struck out to total, okay? However, they want us to find the percentage of times that he hit when he was at bat. So in order to calculate that, you're going to take the 40 times he was up at bat and subtract 12 from it, okay? That's going to give you hits, which is 28 out of a total of 40. Now that I have these two fractions, okay, now I can start the work. This is the fraction that I want to use right here. So I'm going to change this to a percentage. So I'm going to change this to have 100 in the denominator because percentages always have 100 in the denominator. I'm going to divide both of these by 2 and it scales down to 14/20. I'm actually going to stop scaling this down here because I know 20 times 5 gives me 100 and whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So Jose hit 70% of the times that he was at bat. Good job, Jose. Okay, exercise 2. Shelly opened a bag of Skittles. In the bag, there were 60 Skittles. 24 of the Skittles were orange. What was the percentage of the Skittles that are not orange? So, okay, again, I'm going to write down the fraction they give me. 24/60. This is orange Skittles to total number of Skittles. But I really want to know how many were not orange. Calculator. I'm going to take the total Skittles. I'm going to subtract the ones that are orange. And I'm going to figure out that 36 of the 60 are not orange. Now I'm going to find out how to calculate this as a percentage. I'm going to divide both of these by 6. And it scales down to 6/10. I'm going to leave it there. You could go all the way down to 3/5. But once you find a denominator that you know you can scale up by, do it. 10 times 10 is 100. Whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So 60% of the Skittles in a Skittle bag are not orange. 60%. Okay, I think this is the last one I'll do. You know what? I'm actually going to do all the next two. I was going to only do one more, but if you really need help, watching these two might help you. Okay? George had to travel a total of 125 miles to drive on his trip. So far, he has traveled 40 miles. So 40 miles he's traveled so far to the total. I don't like when they're both T's and I don't know what they are, so I'll be more specific in my label. 40 traveled out of 125 miles, but I want to know what percent of his trip is complete. Oh, they're trying to trick me here. Okay, perfect. So you don't need to do anything else. You can leave this one like it is. It's probably keeping me on my toes with my percentage problems, which I really like. Divide by 5, divide by 5. That's 8 over 25, okay? Now I'm going to figure out what percent is complete. Okay, 25 times 4 is 100. Whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So the percentage of my trip complete is 32%. Okay, let's do the last one. Ria spent 15 hours on her homework in a week. She spent 9 of the hours doing reading homework. What percent of the time was not spent on reading homework? Okay, so this is 9 over 15. This was reading homework to total. So now I'm going to do 15 minus 9 because that's how much she was not reading to the total. So you're going to get 6/15, and you want to figure out what percent this is out of 100. Well, this isn't a beautiful scaling up situation, so I'm going to divide them both by 3, and I'm going to get 2/5. 5 times 20 is 100, and whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So Ria, had spent 40% of her time not doing her reading homework. I hope this video helped you guys with the lesson today. Good luck.